Welcome, everybody, to Tuesday Notary Titans, the last one, in fact, for 2025. And we are all thrilled that you guys are here with us today for this last session before we take off for Christmas. My name is Jen Neitzel. I am co-hosted with the one and only Laura Bewer. Hi, Laura. Oh, I see she's dark today for a second. Are you there, Laura?
Yeah,
Oh, there she
I'm
is. Sorry,
back.
I know.
Look, I had to put the heater on. This room is freezing. It was set at 66. Like,
Ooh,
damn, it's cold.
Laura is teaching with the NNA today, as she does. You can always tell because her background changes. We want to give a very, very special welcome to our support on this call, Mr. Matt Miller with the California League of Independent Notaries. How you doing today, Matt?
Good morning or good afternoon, everyone. Like Laura said, it's cold here in California, but we'll make
It
it
is
through somehow.
Same here.
hot.
I know it's like under 60 in Texas, and we're all like, oh my God, it's freezing. Um, which I feel bad saying because I know how much snow we've had up north. Um, Welcome to TNT, everybody. This is the nation's longest running free coaching program for notaries. We want to give a special hello to anybody that might be joining us for the very first time, and especially if you're joining us from YouTube on the replays. We are thrilled that you've taken some time to hang out with us. We appreciate it. Um, this is a question and answer call, as you guys know, and questions in the chat may or may not be answered. We are going to prioritize raised hands. So use your raised hand feature at the bottom of your Zoom screen. It's a little outline of a hand to get in line to have your question answered, and you guys can start doing that now. I also wanted to throw in a little twist. And Laura, I'm going to be honest with you. I have not even asked you about this or said anything to you about this, but I thought it would be important today to not only answer questions and give everybody the guidance they need through the end of the year, but also save some space for us to tell each other what our intentions is for 2026. There's something very powerful when you put that out into the world and you speak it into the universe. Isn't that right, Laura?
Absolutely, it is.
So we're going to do, if you're okay with it, Laura, a little
Yeah,
both
I'm okay with
today.
it.
Yeah, I figured you would be. I know you love that as much as I do. So we're here to answer your questions, and we also want to hear your intention for 2026, not necessarily your resolution, but the one big thing in your life and business that you really want to accomplish in 2026. Also, be sure to check the chat for any announcements and things that we're going to be talking about here in just a moment. All the links will be there for you provided in the chat. Let's go over some announcements. Okay. My book through the end of the year is 99 cents on Kindle. So there is no reason you guys shouldn't be reading it. And it will be your marketing plan. So you can grab that book, both paperback, which is 24.99, or the Kindle version is 99 cents through the end of this year. And we talk about this every week too, but a reminder that tickets to the 2026 National Notary Association Conference are for sale still with the early bird price. That is through January 29th. So we're going to keep reminding you about that. So we don't have to have anybody tell us that we didn't let them know about the early bird price, right, Laura?
That's right.
Now, Laura, you have a specialty notary series that you have just launched. So I wanted you to tell us about that.
Yes. So I have taken 33 different videos on advanced specialty work. They are not polished presentations, they are working videos, diving deep on different aspects of specialty work. And those, each one is an hour or more long. And I set them up at $147 for all 33. However, because you are my special TNT friends, I have a coupon code for you that takes it to $99, which is $3 a video. So well worth it. And then you've got me, and you can go in any order you want, watch them as many times as you want. You have access however long you want. And so that code is the word coached, COACHED,
And I
coached.
put that in the chat for everyone so they can take advantage of that incredibly generous offer. There's no one better to learn from than the goat herself, right? So you definitely want to take advantage of that. Now, Laura, we mentioned earlier that you were teaching today for the NNA. I believe you're in Modesto, which is your hometown, right?
Actually, yesterday I was. Today I'm in Sacramento.
In Sacramento. Okay. So now there are some job openings that you want to talk about that are happening
I
at the
do.
NNA. So can you
So,
tell us about that?
yeah, some of you may or may not know that I'll be retiring from my position as an instructor with the NNA in 26. So they are already now starting to look for a replacement for me. And they're looking for anywhere in the Sacramento or in the Bay Area. So if you think you would love to instruct notaries how to become or renew their commission, the NNA is looking for you. It's a full-time position. You need to love travel because, as you've seen, I'm showing up in different locations anywhere in Central and Northern California. And like I said, it's full-time. They have fabulous benefits. My 20 years with the organization have really been the best and has really helped make me the best notary I can be. So if you are interested in doing that, go to our website, nationalnotary.org, and then you want to go to career opportunities. And that's where you'll see a listing of what's involved with this job. And it's available as soon as they find somebody that matches what we need and what they like. So I hope there might be somebody on the call who is interested. Otherwise, I got to keep working, guys. I got to find my own replacement.
So I would, I mean, when I think about putting myself up for a job that was once occupied by Laura Bewer, that feels rather intimidating. So they are not necessarily looking for someone that has
No,
20 years of experience as a notary, right? This isn't
not
about
at all.
replacing the person, Laura
The,
Bewer,
the
right?
position,
It's
the
the
position. And there's
position. Yeah.
12 other instructors who aren't me, right?
Yeah.
All over Central and Northern California. You don't even have to hold a commission yet,
Yeah.
right? You can become a notary while you have that position.
Yeah.
But what they're looking for is somebody with clear, strong speaking skills, somebody who's not afraid to be in front of a large audience to present the information.
Yeah.
So that's what
Thank you for sharing that. That's such an interesting opportunity, and I'll be interested to see who they choose to replace you at the NNA as an instructor. But I know you are looking forward to that retirement. And
I,
retirement means just us running the CNTDA program, right?
yeah, I just need to carve more space for my notary activities, which
Mhm.
reminds me, I too still have a book out there that hit bestseller list
Yes, you
weeks ago,
did.
again for the third time. And if it is possible that you haven't read it, then it's not too late. Go over to Amazon and you will find that book that was co-authored by myself and Bill to talk about different types of specialization. When you specialize, that's when you make better money, right?
Heck
You need to
yeah.
be good at what you do. You need to know what you're doing, and we can help you do that.
Love that. Thank you, Laura.
Mhm.
When we come back, because as I said, this is the last TNT of 2025. Laura, Matt, and I are taking a couple weeks off to rest and spend time with family. But Matt, you have a meeting, and I just wanted to make sure everybody knew to put this on their calendars. You have your CLIN meeting, California League of Independent Notaries, coming up January 8th, I believe, right?
That's right. It'll be the first roundtable of the new year. So we'll talk about all the new laws going into effect in February. We covered January this month. And we're going to talk about new bills being introduced around the country, one particularly here in California. So if you're a California notary, put this on your calendar. You're not going to want to miss this. It's big, big news.
Ooh. Now, listen, even if you're not a California notary, put this on your agenda because Matt's going to be talking about laws and legislation that has changed across the country, not just in California. And Matt, I've already grabbed that and pulled it in the chat so everybody can get registered.
Thank you.
I want to remind everybody, 'cause now we've got a few more people on the call. I want to remind you guys that there is a new um, most of us use Gmail as our source for emails, and they have set up, I'm sure you've noticed by now, a new system where they are auto separating your emails for you. So before you panic and think that even though you signed up to be on the TNT reminder list and you're not getting a link, I want you to know a couple of things. You can put that link on your own personal calendar because it never changes. If it changes, we will notify you and make sure you have the new one. But because Gmail is auto separating our emails, it's causing a lot of people to feel like, hey, I'm not getting the reminder email. You are, it's just Gmail is not putting it in your primary email. You have to tell it that you want certain emails to be primary, social. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Can I see some nodded heads? Yeah. Okay. So I just want to make sure before you panic and think I forgot you, I didn't. Just go look in those other folders. I'm going to keep reminding you about that until we get used to this new system because I noticed they just added a new one to it. Is it promotion? I don't know. A new
Yeah,
one now.
promotions is another one.
Yes. Ugh, so many. So it's a lesson I am trying to learn in my own head too. I want to remind you a couple more things, I promise. If you are not already a certified notary, trust, delivery agent, Laura and I have decided to keep the $100 off coupon going through the end of this year. That's $100 off the program that is normally $299. So now you can get it for $199. If you're not a CNTDA, there has never been a better time for you to sign up with the new community we've launched. And lastly, I promise this is the last one. I just want to remind you if you are not a Marketing for Notaries member, I am increasing the content and lessons. Therefore, the price is going to increase in 2026. If you are not a member and you know that you need some help with your marketing game, go ahead and lock in your 2025 price. I'm not going to raise it on anybody that purchases the price. I'm going to keep the prices the way they are at purchase. Whew. Okay, that was a lot of announcements. And Faith, sweet Faith, has kept her
I
hand up
know.
this whole
She's got her
time.
hand
I
going.
know she's so patient. I'm long-winded, Faith. Um, what can we do for you today?
Oh, I know I'm so divine. And Matt left off that he's speaking tomorrow at Notary Masters, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Matt,
Is that tomorrow?
he's like, what, guys? Look how shy he is.
Yeah,
No,
unfortunately,
Thursday, Thursday.
yeah, I don't know if I'm going to make that or not. I'm suffering from a pretty bad cold, so I'm going to see how I feel tomorrow and let Daniel know, but maybe or maybe not.
Well,
Okay.
hopefully you get to feeling better and
Yeah,
you're able to
Yeah.
participate. So I'm sorry you're not feeling well. I know it's going around.
it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Faith,
So,
you have a question?
yeah, so we have you beat on the weather. It's below freezing here in Texas where I am. I'm digging that.
It's the same state, for God's sake.
So my question is, I'm having a medical uh, power of attorney and Texas statutory power of attorney proxy signature tomorrow. So I have to do a proxy for both. And it's at a hospital. But my question is, I'm confused about the witness. They're bringing their own witness. So I'm
Mhm.
confused about what I need to do with the witness for both of these documents.
So the the document is requiring lay witnesses to witness signatures happening besides the notarization. Do I understand that correctly?
Yeah, they're requesting a proxy for me because the dad can't sign. And so I looked it up in our primer, and it
So
says
you're
that,
going to do a signature by proxy.
yes,
Okay. And in Texas, they have rules about how that works.
right.
And in Texas, so you've got the two witnesses for the proxy. They're going to witness. that happening, and they're going to sign on the document, I believe. You need to pull up your Texas procedure. Uh, they are still just document witnesses. Does Texas require document witnesses, regardless of the document? Does Texas require witnesses to go in your journal? Most states they don't, but some states do require witnesses to go in their journal. Does Texas require that? That would be the first question I would want to solve for. If they do, then you need to put them in there. In terms of signing on the document may or may not be set up for those signature lines. If not, we just draw them in so that they can sign on the document. And underneath their signature, they would want to print their name, comma, witness, so we know what their role is. Why are they signing somebody else's document? And then in terms of who the proxy is in Texas, because it's different in different states, in Texas, can the proxy be the notary?
Yes, they're requesting me to be the proxy.
Okay, so you would sign, and there is verbiage that must be printed, I believe, underneath that.
Right.
That shows what's going on in the signature line, where you're just signing for that person. And underneath, it's like that person's name by so and so as proxy, right? There's some kind of verbiage that I believe Texas would have,
Yes.
a
I would have to
statement.
write it in, signature
Yes,
affixed by
you would be
notary.
writing it in. And
Right.
those people who are witnessing it have need to have a place to sign their name. So all the evidence is right there.
Okay. Okay. So I see a statutory. Okay. I know that I need a witness for me as a proxy. I guess I need to look at the statutory power of attorney for witnesses because I think is either,
Well, the thing is, you're going to be the proxy, the signer for your principal on
yes.
both documents?
Yes.
Okay, so the proxy rules should be the same regardless of the document. The procedure should be the same. It's not said, it doesn't say, I don't remember seeing it say, well, if it's this kind of document, this is how proxy works. There's a procedure for signature by proxy. Matt, did you pull it up? It's okay if you didn't. I
Yeah,
was
I
just
have
checking
it.
because I know you were looking.
Yeah.
And so that it's one procedure regardless of the document you're using it on. So is there something still missing, Faith?
The witness that has to witness me as a proxy.
Right. You're going to have that in both documents.
And
Right.
you
Can
must
be the
identify them. You must identify the witness.
Right. Yeah, okay. My credible ID. Okay. And so do I add them to my the register to the, you know,
So
my lock?
it looks like with SB 693, which went into effect September 1, the answer is yes. You would put that information in your journal.
Okay.
Are
so
you,
I just go ahead, Faith. What's your
well,
other
no, I
question?
was just going to ask her. She still sounds a little unsure. Are you feeling a little more
Right.
confident in this um, signing, Faith?
No, I feel better now. I dig medical facilities. I love them. It's just the witness was just confusing me.
Throwing you
And I
off.
and I want, look, I'm looking forward to doing a better flow, right, Laura
Right.
and Matt. So I want to be cool when I glide through this.
Yeah. And I would lay out like a little flow chart that says I need to do this, this, and this, because or have a law primer that is Texas that says it. I would have something that tells me what I need to be doing in this particular case, like a cheat sheet card
Yeah,
that says I need to get two witnesses, they need to sign here, I need to get them in my journal. I need to have this, what's the statement that I need to have underneath the signature line indicating this is a signature by proxy. Whatever those steps are, it will make it much more smooth for you when you're actually in the room doing it, because there's other chaotic things happening. And if you
right.
have that written out for you, you're not having to go back and look something up.
Right, right. Yeah, because I remember we talked about this on Laura's Inner Circle a
Hmm.
long time ago. And so when it was requested, I said, okay, cool. This is something that I can do. So,
It is.
yeah.
And that act, just, I love that Faith is sharing that today. I think there's only about a dozen states that have a procedure for signature by proxy. California does not have a procedure laid out for us. So just because she's doing it in Texas doesn't mean it's okay to do it in all states, is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Make sure before you take on that, because it may say defer to an attorney and let the attorney set it up for you. And then you can just follow what their direction is.
Okay. Well, I got it. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Faith, for your question. That was a doozy of a question. I appreciate you bringing that up. Okay, guys, we are here to answer your questions, but as I said at the top of the call, we are also going to put some good stuff into the universe this afternoon. Your questions are still important to us, but if you don't have one, we would love to hear what your intention is with your business in 2026. What are you working on? I know what you're working on, Ronnie. What are you working on in 2026? That you want to put out into the universe because there's so much power in voicing what it is that you want, what your intention is with the universe. And Ronnie Mickle with Notary Stars is with us. Hey, Ronnie, how are you today?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Good, good. What is your intention for 2026?
Well, I think it's already started, and I gotta say thank you to both of you because we have at Unlimited Ink, my signing service, we have a pretty large estate planning firm that uses us. It's an attorney firm, and they cover three states. It's New Jersey, Nevada, and California. And we use, of course, Notary Stars, and thanks to you guys for the Certified Notary Trust Delivery Agent course, we are now looking for that when we hire notaries to go out and close these. And, when we started out, I just want to share this story because I want to tell the testament of how that certification changed how we're able to charge for that client. So when we took them on, they were like, hey, yeah, we'd like to do $90. And then that means unlimited can only give so much because we have scheduling and all of those things to do. And there have been quite a few errors on the document. So we kind of went back to them and kind of explained. I said, okay, so you're mailing the documents to the notary for the notary, but we're trying to get you a quality notary out. And we're looking for certification. We were able to kind of show them your certification course and say, hey, look, like, you can't just send a notary who's never done an estate plan out to get it and get it right every single time. And they wanted to kind of bring up quality. And I kind of let them know. I said, listen, if you want a quality notary, you got to be able to pay more money for that. And so we were able to kind of show off your course and say, let's bring our fees up, in the new year. So they've now switched their fees. And this just happened this week to where we can offer more money to the notary. But we also let them know that the reason that we're doing that is because we're asking notaries to go get education on how to, complete these files so that they can do them better for them. We did a whole client meeting. They were very happy with things. And so we're of course going to see quality come up with that because now we're able to kind of merit the file fee to what they're actually doing. They're not complicated by any means, but if a notary's never seen the documents before, they've never gone over them, they don't know what they're looking for, they don't know what they're looking at, it causes problems, right? So now I just want to make sure everybody knows we're looking for it at Unlimited Ink for your course. And so those who are putting their training into their profiles and signing order, we're definitely looking for that. There is a tick box in signing order for estate planning and make sure you tick that. But even though you have that in there, make sure you put that you're with Laura and Jen on Certified Notary Trust Delivery Agent because we are looking for that course when we hire out. And that's going to be primarily in the three states that we work in, which is California, Nevada, and New Jersey. But this law firm is planning on growing into more states. And so we've been with them since they were placing 5 to 10 a month, and now they're placing like 50 in each state. And so it's growing. Yeah, they're doing really well. So I
Mhm.
just wanted to share a testimony on how that education leveraged, someone to be able to negotiate higher fees. And I think it's very important to point out that, we always talk about getting more education, getting more education, getting more education. But that education becomes leverage against the paycheck that you take home when you use it properly. You can't just say, I took this. That wasn't the conversation that we had. We had to explain, you're trying to bring up quality service for your customers, and we're trying to place the right notary in with your customers. Being able to have that conversation and say, this is not just a, you know, a badge of whatever. It's, it's actually saying like, hey, like I took the time to learn what you're asking of me so that I can go provide that to your clients. And when you place it back on to them with saying, I'm trying to help your clients, that was really the kicker. We were able to literally almost double the fee. So I just wanted to share that with you guys because I have to thank you because you're putting great notaries into the market for us to hire with estate planning. And then we were able to kind of up our game with the notaries that you guys are creating in that sector. So thank you for that.
Oh, no, thank you. Well, I think that for me, my intention for 2026, I'll kick this off, is to grow the CNTDA program um, significantly. There's a lot of really exciting things happening, and our partnership with Notary Stars is just the beginning of it. So you guys are going to be hearing a lot about Notary Stars and the CNTDA program partnership happening well, once we get back from the holidays, right?
Mhm.
I'm
And we've
excited
already,
about it.
I
I'm
am too.
excited
We've
about it.
already started a little. So yeah, it's going to be very exciting. Laura and I will be on once a month. We're going to be on the general mentorship call at Notary Stars, which we're looking forward to, talking all things estate planning.
And just to say one more tidbit, we've already at Notary Stars set up a journey for anything that you're looking for. And I see my twin over there wearing almost exactly the same shirt from Notary Academy. All of us in the training sector, we've kind of set up who we really respect in the industry to guide you in areas that we don't work. So if you're at Notary Stars and you want to learn more about Jen and Laura, or if you're not, we do have a setup to point only for you guys for estate planning training. And Kimberly does a wonderful permit running course that she's presented at Notary Stars. So we have what we call a specialty drop down list of specialty services. And we've definitely, put you guys um, up in the high ranks of who we trust to guide the notaries on this. I have to say this and then I'll shut up because I'm always talking. I don't want to interrupt you guys' session, but I thank you for letting me share my testimony. But the other thing is, I feel very confident about the partnership coming in 2026 because you know being an active notary speaks for itself. There's a lot of trainers out there that don't have a notary stamp or don't actually work, in the sector that they're training on. They just hear about it and regurgitate information. And so I feel very proud to have this, budding in 2026 where we can help notaries together. I get to learn from you guys. I don't know that much about estate planning. Beth knows about it, but we don't want to get into that sector because that is definitely out of respect for Laura and for you. So I'm so proud to see that this coming together where we can have these conversations together. And I am looking really forward to what I can learn in 2026 about estate planning
Yeah.
together. So this is going to be, I'm kind of a dork that way. I love learning new stuff. So I'm looking forward to what we're going to do in 2026.
Yeah, it's really exciting. And I think that this program is just um really making a difference in a lot of notaries' lives and income and in their business. And so I can't wait to make it even better for them. And we've already done a lot of that, right, Laura, with
Yeah.
shooting videos and getting things up to date. And we will be launching our Notary Stars portal if you are a CNTDA right after the new year. So you could take advantage of any training that you need beyond estate planning. Thank you so much, Ronnie, for hanging out with us this afternoon. That doesn't mean I want you to leave. Like you can hang out as long as you want. But let's hear what other people are doing in 26. Laura, what is your intention for 2026? Aside from
So
retiring from the NNA.
it's my intention, guys, to do that. Um, I think the two most powerful, and I'm not the only person who thinks this. I'm sorry, people are coming back from class. It might get a little noisy. The two most powerful words are I am. So, whatever the intention is, when you start with I am, that is the power source behind it all. And in 26, I am prosperous, I am generous, and I am kind. And those are my intentions to put out into the universe. And I am a producer of confident and competent notaries. There you go.
I love that. I love that. We need that like on a t-shirt, Laura. I love it. Matt, tell me your intention for 2026.
Well, I'll make it very simple. Put more money in notaries' pockets.
There you
That's
go.
my intention.
That's a great goal.
Yep.
Go back on mute. I know you're not feeling good. Thank you for letting me put you on the spot. I'm sorry that you're not feeling good. Who else wants to share with us their goals in 2026? Go ahead and raise your hands. And while you're doing that, I'm going to pick on Miss Kimberly and hear what hers are for 2026. Kimberly is with the Notary Academy.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. Yep.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
Um, my intention and has always been is to continue to raise the professionalism of notaries. It's extremely important and a passion of mine. And yeah, just moving forward. And also to support and collaborate with all of our leaders in the notary industry. I'm super excited what Matt has on the ground running for next year. And also Notary Stars, Jen and Laura, all the collaborations that we can make to improve notaries' lives and improve their businesses. I'm all for it. So
We're
thanks for
finally
letting me share.
modeling. Yeah, we're finally modeling collaboration, right?
Yes, ma'am.
There's more power in that than there is in competition. That's lower level thinking, as we all know from being on this call. All right,
Absolutely.
Larry, I want to hear your intention for he said, "Oh shit, she called on me." Larry, what is your intention for 2026? You guys aren't raising your hands, so I'm going to call on you. Should be right at the bottom, that audio button. There he goes.
Man, what a trick that was.
So, what is your intention with your business in 2026? Let's put something powerful out into the universe.
Oh, it's ironic because I was thinking, what can I say that doesn't sound whiny? But I have just made the determination. I think I've mentioned before to you guys that I'm also a Buddhist.
Mhm.
And when we chant, we are supposed to chant for a specific goal or an intention. And my intention has been to upgrade my notary business. I just because of money issues, I haven't been able to do it as hardcore as I want to.
Mhm.
I don't have a 9 to 5 anymore. I'm on Social Security, and I plan to upgrade everything and get this going. In fact, I am at this moment working on the hardest signing I think I've ever done. There are going to be two signers, two separate trust agreements and purchase agreements. Just got it this morning. I usually don't take same day signings, but I was like, you can do this, Larry. You're going to do this. You're going to step up your game and become the vaulted Nordstrom notary that you're always talking about.
Mhm.
And so it's like I've had 3 calls from the signer going, can we meet at this time? Can we meet at this time? I'm like, I'm in charge of the signing. We're meeting at this time. I will meet you at this time. I'm working on the documents right now, and we're going to do this. And I'm just thinking next year is going to be my Nordstrom Notary year. That I
I love that. I love that. When we all understood that too. Everybody went, "Oh yeah."
yeah. So
So, thank you so much. Thank you for letting me pick on you, and thank you for sharing. Let's hear Michaela's intention for 2026. Michaela, first of all, Michaela, are you coming back to conference this year? No. Oh, you're still on mute. We had some fun last year. You are on mute, Michaela.
I
There
unmute.
you go.
Okay.
Now
I
I can.
The reason is I have not made the income that justifies paying that much for a flight, hotel, and conference fees.
What are we doing to change that in 2026?
So I'm going to put myself 100% in my business, relaunch it, and I need, because I figured out my budget, I need at least 92 interactions or transactions a month that are about $100 or more. And being that I'm getting sent lower than that, I'm going to have to take every job that comes to me and not look at the fee in the beginning, but I need to get my name out and the word out. And I've taken enough coursework from you, from Bill, from Laura, that I need to start implementing all that I have learned.
Yeah.
So
Do you feel
uh,
like you've gotten stuck learning? You've gotten stuck in the learning
I
cycle and
got
not in the
stuck in the
doing cycle?
learning. I had personal things that happened. I lost both my parents, my dog in 2024.
Sorry.
Before that, I was working part-time, trying to take care of them and everything. And now it's just me. So
Yeah.
the problem I've had since then, because now it's 2025, is finding my everyday
Yeah.
to organize myself to have a routine that's
Mhm.
mine, not involved with all these other things that were there that aren't there anymore. So I do have a goal. The goal is let's try to make this successful. I've gotten the training.
Are
I've
you going to
executed.
try or are you going to
I'm
make
going
it
to do,
successful?
and right now I just wrote the word steps. I do know the steps,
Good.
but I'm going to put them down and go for it. So
Good. The
first it has
quick
to go out in the universe.
I'm so proud of you to hear that because the
Yeah.
quickest way through this is with action.
And it could be I make enough money, I do go
There
to
you go.
something.
There you
But right
go.
now
Yeah.
I can't justify the
No, I understand. And it's really easy. I know a lot of people get lost. Laura, Matt, I'm sure you hear this too, where notaries get lost in the learning and they get so enamored by the learning. And I want to learn this and I want to learn that. And Ronnie was talking about this earlier. I love learning new things. I love to learn new things too. It's exciting. But sometimes you get lost in it and you don't implement anything. And then you realize, oh my gosh, all of this no implementing leaves me no income, right? So I'm really excited for you that you took a couple of minutes, Michaela, to just put it out into the universe because now you have a little bit of accountability behind you. And that's important. So you know to come back every week and we'll be here to cheer you on and help you along the way. All right, guys. Who else wants to share their intention for 2026? Philip Austin. You thought you were going to get away taking a sip out of that Dickies cup, didn't you?
There we go.
Hey,
Oh, 2026. It's
what
for me, it's a do-over. It's a start. I had this year has been rough. It's caused with health issues and I was trying to shut down my aviation background. So as of last month, I'm officially no additional income coming in from aircraft. So it has to pick up.
you got a fire under your belt now.
Yeah, no kidding. It's I was just really, and of all funny things, but I was discussing it at a men's church breakfast we had this morning, and there's a gentleman in there who's has friends that are starting an aviation business, and he's trying to get me to come into that. And I actually have told him at this point, no, this I have to put my time in on this. So this is to take it up. I was having very good success last year prior to the stroke with nursing homes, hospitals, this type thing, doing very well. I was just starting to work with a couple of law firms for the CNTD, and so my push is going to be to reinstate those and go back to the CNTD. I'm pretty much walking away from the loan signing unless it's just an incredible offer or something because it takes a lot of time. And from where I'm sitting up in Denton, they're a long ways out.
Yeah.
And a half a day out for $100 is not really a profitable venture. So
Yeah.
most of my concentration will be there, and I'm hoping to add apostilles to this year as well. So
Awesome. That sounds like it's going to be an awesome, exciting year for you, Philip. I know you've had to kind of restart your business too. And one of the reasons I picked on you is because you have shared your personal story with me. So I knew that you had kind of restarted, and I was hoping to leverage that to give Michaela a little boost as well, that it is possible, that can happen. It happens every day, all the time, because guys, life is gonna life. And sometimes we have to take a pause to deal with things that are important and our families and et cetera, et cetera. But thank you for sharing that, Philip. And as I told the other people that are sharing their intention, we're going to be here to support you through 26. But you've
You
put
can
it
pick
out
on me
there.
anytime.
The universe has heard it now. Paula, let's hear what your intention is for 2026.
Just like Philip, I've had health issues all freaking year. Oh my gosh. And I have a surgery coming up Monday. That'll hopefully be my last surgery for forever. 2026, I'm gonna just start my business and kick butt
I love it.
and
I love it.
do your steps and do
Good.
do your steps and be more involved with you guys and hold things accountable. Or you guys hold me accountable or whatever. But yeah,
We will
2026 is gonna be
We will absolutely hold you accountable. Don't worry about that. Laura and I and Matt are very good at that. We will keep you on track. Keep coming back to the call, Paula. We're excited to see what 2026 brings your way. And I really do hope you're right that that is the last surgery that you have to have, because health problems, that's the most important thing, guys. You got to take care of yourself first, right? Laura, there is a question in the chat from Brian that I want to make sure he's in a space where he can't ask a question. So I am going to ask it for him. So Matt and or Laura, have you ever been asked to go to a county recorder's office to record a document for a client? And how do you charge for that? I was going to add this to my FAQ page on Google. What do you think about Okay, that's a separate question. So let's start with that. Have you ever been asked to go to a county recorder's office and record a document for a client? And what do you charge for that? Matt, what do you say?
Yes, this happens from time to time, and I'm happy to do it. So you have to take a couple of things into account. One, you have to take into account your time. You have to go to the county recorder's office, most likely pay for parking, stand in line and wait. And then two, you're going to have to take into account the recording fee. And that's going to be different for every single document that you're asked to record. So you
Mhm.
need to know what your county recording fees are. And guess what? They're different for every single county. Those are the two things you need to think about when you are charging for recording service. There's no one answer for that because there's so many variables. But do I think it's a great service to offer? Absolutely. And most times when this happens in my experience is when I am doing a trust delivery and there are deeds for properties that are being put into the trust.
Mhm.
Because, with real estate, the title company is going to handle that on their behalf. So that's where it usually comes up. They may ask you to record the deeds for them. They may ask you to record a power of attorney for them. But you need to be really in tune with what your county's recording fees are because they're all different.
Yeah.
For me, my fee just for me is between $50 and $75, depending upon where I'm going. If it's here in town, San Francisco is very small. It's 7 miles by 7 miles. It's not a lot of distance. I know what time of day to go where I can be in and out.
Mhm.
But if I was going all the way down to San Mateo County or up to Marin County or over to Alameda County, my fee is going to be probably over $100 because the
Yeah.
travel time is a lot greater. So that's my experience. Laura?
Well, I think a good way to kind of test the waters if you're not sure what to charge to get an idea is find a local courier service where you can have them write up, like they have the website that lets them do those little quotes online where your package starts and where it's going in town, and see what kind of rates are pulling up for a courier service, right? And then think about starting with those, right? They might, if it's unreasonably high, that's a good way to gauge what your location can tolerate. Because what flies in San Francisco, the little tiny 7 by 7 San Francisco, is going to be different than what flies here in Dallas, Texas, because pricing is different here, right? Laura, what did you want to say about pricing your services as a for the county recorder's
Specifically
office?
to this courier work to
Yeah,
get something recorded, because I do get asked, or sometimes I even offer the client, I can take this to the recorder's office and get that done for you. And the recorder's who's going to mail it back to them after it's been recorded. And I just ask for the fees from the recorder plus my travel fee plus my wait time. So that's the thing you want to think about, depending on what time of day it is. I have recorder's office right, like not far from my office and 10 minutes from my home. So the travel is just my $35 to get there. But sometimes I have to sit there 45 minutes. Because remember, they're not just recording documents, they've got weddings going on, they've got birth certificate requests, vital records, they've got like 10 different services happening in that. They're swearing in notaries, right? All of that is happening. So you got to take a number and wait your turn. So I have to uh, keep in mind how much time do I need to allocate sitting there, waiting my turn? And is there anything I can do while I'm there? So I'm productive while I'm sitting in line waiting for my turn.
Mhm.
So that's the one
Yeah,
thing I want you to be thinking about.
yeah. Really think
Courier
it
just
through.
drops it off. We got to sit there and wait.
Mhm. Yeah, you really need to think it through and you know what the process is going to take time wise. Maybe do a dry run or something to figure out how Matt already knows the good times to go. Test out some different
Yeah,
times
too.
so you can figure out you know when a good time to go is. Now, he had another question and we have answered this one before. So I'm going to answer this question with a question. What do you think about printing out business cards and going door to door and hanging them or door hanger flyers?
Mm.
So I'm gonna ask Brian. I know you're listening. You're having trouble. You're in a noisy spot, but what do you do with hanger flyers that you get on your door or business cards that get slid into your door slot? What do you do with those when those come to you, Matt? What happens with yours?
Circular file.
Circular
Hmm.
file.
Called a trash can, right? So can you do that? You can do anything you want, Brian. It's your business. And if you feel strongly that it would work in your community, I think you should give it a shot. But I would say before you make any decision, marketing decision like that, I would think about, are you okay knowing that the majority of those are probably going to end up in the trash can? And if you're not, if you feel like that's a waste of money, then I think you should lean into leveraging those relationships, Brian, because I know cost is an issue. And we want to lean into those relationships and building those relationships and talking to people and going to networking events, especially when our budgets are tight. That's the one thing we do have right at that point is our time. Um,
Can I just piggyback on that? And
of
that
course,
is if you were intending to spend any money, because those are not created for free, if
no.
you spend your money on something that's going to get more payback off of it. And the two ways you get clients, one is the building authentic relationships part, but the other one is digital.
Mhm.
And think about, have you maximized or optimized your digital presence? Because that is the other way for work to come to you instead of you chasing the work,
Yeah,
right? We
yeah,
can only be in so many places at one time. We're trying to do the work. So let your digital footprint assist you in that. I'm not saying that's the only way. I'm just saying is I believe that people who have invested in doing that, besides building relationships, are going to get a lot further than
yeah,
trying some of these, and some of these are just old school techniques, right? And there's a new way to do stuff, and there's more efficient ways to do things. So let's leverage those things.
yeah. Yeah, you get really excited about the bright, shiny new marketing tool. Oh, this door flyer, what a great idea. And then it ends up doing the same thing that, all the ideas before it, right? It ends up in the trash. Matt, what are your thoughts on door hangers?
Yeah, door hangers probably not going to get you return on investment. However, I will say that leaving business cards with the concierge of large apartment buildings and
Mhm.
office buildings works because they do get asked from tenants if they know anybody. I also, if the building doesn't have a concierge, I leave a few cards in the mail room or on the bulletin board. Or when I stop and get a coffee at Starbucks, they always have a cork board, and I put a couple of
Yeah.
cards there. So leaving your cards in strategic places can get you a more efficient return on investment as opposed to just the shotgun approach.
Yeah, and I think a lot of us think that that shotgun approach is a way to get around doing the hard thing, which is showing up alone to a networking event or cold calling on someone because that's terrifying, right? But and the longer you sit with that, it becomes even more terrifying. And so we look for these ways to compensate for that and end up throwing our money away. So Ronnie, Ronnie is a digital marketing expert. So Ronnie, what do you have to say about this?
Well, a digital marketing expert for sure, but when it comes to in person, I built this company off of in-person marketing as well. And I have to tell you, I never went to a signing in a building that I didn't stop on every floor and put a business card under any attorney office door if it was after hours and I've heard notaries leaving them in gas station pumps in the credit card slot. We have a lady that said, she said it spread them like pixie dust. And Matt said go to the Starbucks and use the I had a point when I was out in the field. I'm no longer out in the field. I do everything digitally. I haven't been out in the field in 5 years now, because of Unlimited Ink. But I train our sales reps the same way that go out and sell the company for us. When I went to a signing, if I was on an estate planning signing, I would point my nose toward any title, escrow, attorney office, the type of attorneys that I wanted to work with, and I was shameless about it. And you just have to be shameless. One thing I will tell people that you said it's terrifying, Miss Jen, and I will tell you, I've almost thrown up getting out of the car, going,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
I've got to walk in this office.
Yeah.
You eventually get over that feeling
Yeah.
of the terrifying, the fear you have to turn into excitement because they're exactly the same neurons in your brain. You're just connecting to it. It's like being on a roller coaster. You're afraid of the roller coaster, but you get excited on it. And so you have to get over that hurdle of the fear. But I will tell you that you have to be shameless. Your business will not grow if you don't do anything. And I've made every marketing mistake in the world along the way, and I love sharing that with people. But when it comes to fear, don't in 2026, if you want to put something out there for yourself, just say, I'm going to learn to get over that.
Mhm.
And no matter if you make marketing mistakes, at least you made an effort because your business will continue to grow as long as you make efforts.
That's it. It's forward motion, forward action. And I think that, we're lucky in a way that, all of us in this business, we all have this shared heart of service that's so important. We want to serve our communities, and the best way to, what did you say earlier, Matt? What was the word? Spray?
Oh, the shotgun approach.
Shotgun marketing, honestly, is getting involved in your local community and doing like what Ronnie and Matt were talking about at the little public boards that people look at, going to the Chamber of Commerce meetings, going and meeting people, getting involved with the different apartment buildings, getting to know your triangle of trust, your insurance, wealth advisors, financial planners, insurance people. I mean, once you get involved in your community in that way, you will absolutely see things starting to change, and you won't even need to think about door flyers and business cards and slots because you will have a good word of mouth referral business going. And that's why I say it takes 12 to 18 months to build your business, because it takes time to build relationships. People don't just trust each other off the bat anymore these days. Okay. I want to leave space for anybody else that would like to share their intention for 2026. Who wants to be brave and put it out into the universe what their intention for their business in 2026 is? Anybody want to go? This is powerful stuff, you guys. You this is how you manifest things. That word is such a hot button word, isn't it? Manifesting. But this is how this works. You put it out in the universe. Patty. Hi, Patty.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Oh, okay. It's been a little stressed lately, but that's okay.
That's
Hi,
it.
Matt. Hi, Laura.
Hopefully
Yeah.
things get better. So tell me your intention, Patty, for 2026.
I want to finally start getting my social media because I've been very lax about that.
Yes.
And
Leverage that free
grow my apostille
advertising.
business. I'm currently doing, I did four. I'm waiting for four more so I can submit
Nice.
them. And so I'm really excited about that. So those were my first ones. I did the class and boom, all of a sudden I got them.
You did
So
it.
I want to focus on that and the social media because I'm
Yeah. Leverage
social
that
media.
free advertising that social media is. And
Mm,
you kind of have to approach it a little with a little different mindset. You already know this, Patty. You have to
mm,
approach it with a little different mindset than you do when you're looking at social media for pleasure, right? But
mhm.
it's absolutely a game changer if you use it regularly and you're, getting people to engage with your site. So come back and let us know how we can support you with that all the way through the year. We're here to make sure that
Thank
you
you.
get those goals met for
And I
2026.
love your book. I gotta tell
Thank
you, that's
you.
so fabulous. I really liked it.
Thank you. I'm glad. How is your son? Patty has the sweetest. Laura, did you meet Patty's son on the cruise? Matt, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Very
such,
handsome.
such a
No,
nice.
he's doing awesome. He's
Well,
now
good.
studying to do on top of going to college, he's studying to take the FINRA exam
Oh,
because
wow.
he wants to specialize in finance. So he's just been going from one thing to the next. God bless him. He's been fabulous. I'm very fortunate. Thank you for
Well,
asking.
you tell him we said your cruise buddies said hello. We were
I
really
will.
impressed with him. He was such a nice young man. Let's hear
Thank
from
you.
Larry. Larry, do you have another intention for 2026?
Yes.
Now he's into it now. He's like, I'll volunteer now.
No, it's just it's ironic that Ronnie was here because Notary Stars is also going to be my intention for next year. You know that they have sort of an entrance exam because I followed them on YouTube and I've interacted with Manuel and a little bit with Beth. So I think it ironic that Ronnie's here because I have absolute plans to take their test and test out to be a notary star to see if I can pass their exam and be a part of their network. Even if I, don't qualify with insurance or with a car or whatever other things, are just to see if I know my stuff enough that I could pass and become a notary star. And I think it's a
If
sign from heaven that Ronnie was here.
if you can, how about when you pass it?
Okay, when I pass,
When you pass it.
it,
I love that. I love that. And you guys are gonna be seeing a little bit more of Ronnie on this call, and you're gonna be seeing a little more of Laura and I on his calls. When I said that we are modeling collaboration over competition, I meant it. I mean, I would say a couple of years ago, people probably would have looked at Notary Stars and like my collaborations with Laura and Bill as competition. But what better way to show people that collaboration is king or queen with by doing it. I mean, we're modeling it, for everybody, and it's really excited about the things we're going to be the reach we're going to have this year. On both sides. So, Larry, you absolutely get on there. You take that test, you pass that. And because God, they've got training for everything over there. Anything you want to learn about. It's like being in Laura's head, being over at Notary Stars. Well, guys, we are wrapping up today. A fabulous year of TNT. I want to thank you guys for being here every week, for coming to this call regularly, for listening, for asking great questions, for putting your intentions and your gratitude out into the world like we did at Thanksgiving. Might seem a little woo-woo, but Laura and I are big believers in putting your intention out into the world. And I've just seen it work so much. Um, I'm going to let Laura close us out with
Right.
her special brand of advice. But first, I just want to say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah. What am I forgetting? Happy
Festivus.
Festivus for the rest of
Rest of
us.
us for the rest of us.
And we will see you guys back here in 2026 on that first week that we come back. Laura, close us out today.
Right. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is courage to continue that counts. So there you go for
Yes,
today.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.